Welcome to another episode of World by Night Vampire Edition. This is a side session involving Gio. At last we left, she had finally recovered, finally been recovered from the creepy Cappadocian. She'd gotten back, and a strange gray-robed figure came in and helped her and Vera remove the problem they had. And mind you, this is only 24 hours since then, so basically you're about halfway back to being normal. So you're starting to get things back.
All right. Well.
I hope you copied down the information from the pendant that I put in the Hangouts chat last night.
All I wrote down was pendant, and I wrote refilling container.
Okay, well, you might want to write this down. The pendant allows the wearer to be protected from sunlight, and it gives a +3 to all stamina rolls.
Okay.
And the Everfill container is just an Everfill container. It has no other special properties. That's it.
Yep. At quote-unquote magic refillable glass.
It's basically what it is. It's a magic refillable bottle. I mean, the only other thing that you got with it was the bag of holding, which is just a small bag of holding. So it doesn't hold unlimited stuff like
Right. That
still hold a shit ton more. It can hold about, I believe from what I read, it can hold something like 10 duffel bags worth of stuff. 10 full duffel bags worth of stuff before it actually shows as it's full. The backpacks are obviously much bigger and can hold a shit ton more.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, you thought your purse was big and badass? Mine's little and it carries way more than any of your purses.
And they're already mages working on a fanny pack of holding.
Oh, God.
Anything that normally holds stuff, yeah, there are people working on, figuring out how to make everything hold a lot more.
Fanny packs.
So much of it.
Okay, if I see a mage wearing a fanny pack, I'm pointing and laughing.
General idea. Yeah. So he pulls out like a bazooka and blows you up with it.
Whoa, no, you don't understand. It's the fanny pack. It's not you, it's the fanny pack.
All right. Yeah, so it's the next night. It's about 24 hours, give or take, from everything that happened last night.
Yeah. I'll obviously be awake and do my waking up crap and oh god. Well, I guess first order of business is first. Suppose we'll deal with my friend first. My good friend Cecil.
Okay.
She will shoot him a... Oh, wait! Damn it! She won't shoot him a text message and she won't call him.
We could easily say that they got it back from Joshua's phone.
Well, actually, that was really funny. I need to do a side session with him anyway. When he's able to. So I was just gonna do.
David has his cell phone.
True.
Yes, he has most of the kindred on his cell phone. He ain't stupid. He knows what to do. He's made contacts.
Of course.
He just hasn't said he's your child. That's the only difference.
Oh, yeah.
But some can put two and two together.
Right. All right. Fine. I'll use his phone.
Okay.
And I will I guess call him because it's not my phone.
Hey, Dave, is Gio okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, hey, Gio. Still haven't got your phone back, huh?
No, I'll take care of that soon enough. Well, are you busy?
Normal family stuff, but it's all stuff that can be done whenever.
Mind if I drop by?
You know where we're at.
Figured I'd make sure it was all right first.
You have an open invitation, Gio. You can come by anytime. The guards already know, and nobody bothers.
Well, thank you. I will see you shortly.
All right. As soon as Dave saw you get on the phone, he walked out of the room, just kind of give you a motion like, I'll be back in a minute. Short time later, he comes back just kind of smiling. Your ride set up.
I see. She will hand him his phone back.
He puts it away. Have fun with Cecil.
Well, we'll see how much fun this is going to be.
I'll keep your friends entertained.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I wish it wasn't that kind of entertainment. I'll see you later. She's going to leave.
Okay. As you walk out the front door, one of his smaller cars, you know most of his car line. This is his armored car set.
Yeah, he wasn't kidding.
And the 6 guards that are standing around the car are another indication.
God, he's really not kidding.
Ooh.
Good God. Okay,
Right, the driver holds the door open for you.
I get in.
Oh, you did notice another vehicle parked behind your car that you have a feeling will be going with you.
You know, entourage.
It don't matter. As you get in, they close the door. 2 get up front. No one gets in the back with you. They let you have your privacy. There's even a divider, so that way you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. But yep, as you look behind you, yep, you see you in the other car driving.
Oh, jeez. What is that?
Christina playing a cat video.
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah. It's one of those cats that's making noise when
Yep.
just trying to see if it will drive Oreo crazy. He kind of looked briefly, but now he's too busy cleaning himself to give a shit. All right, you guys get to the Giovanni headquarters.
All right, now.
Yeah, of course they let you, both cars in. You guys pull up. Driver opens the door for you. The guards all kind of, I mean, you're pretty much secure because even the Giovanni have, some hardcore.
Right.
Guards, but they have very specific instructions from David that they're not going to argue with because he pays them a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he pays a lot of money for this security service, and they are very good at their job.
Oh, boy. Right
you walk into the door. Once you get in the door, you're fine.
Okay.
Stand outside.
Good.
Because they figure if somebody's getting in that house, well, good luck, because they're gonna have a shit ton of guards coming down on them.
Yeah, they're gonna have a shit ton of pissed off Giovanni and.
And then David's guards. You have a feeling there's a bit more to him than you're really aware of.
I'll have to check when I come back outside.
All right, you go in, of course, naturally, some of the other Giovanni, hey, Gio,
She'll greet them all accordingly. And
He's in his office, which means his study.
Yep. And she'll find that. I'm sure she's been there.
Oh, yeah. You've been there a few times. The one addition, however, is the two security guards that are two of obviously probably ghouls to the Giovanni security that are standing out front. That is a new addition. Apparently, they just want to be extra careful.
All right, fine and dandy.
Once they see you, one of them just opens the door, knows exactly who you are, seen you 100 times.
Right. She'll
All you
give
hear
them.
is, "Boss, she's here. Let her in." Just motion for you to walk in.
She'll just look at them. Thank you.
Yep. When you walk in, he closes the door.
It's a lot fucking warmer than this right now.
Gio, good to see you up and moving in a much better state than when we found you.
Well, I have you guys to thank for that.
Well, mostly it was Vera. Basically, I just provided the extra firepower and the transportation. Mostly it was Vera and your friend Sylvie's worthwhile knowledge of kindred lore that helped.
Sylvie's one of yours. You know that, right?
He smiled. Yeah, I know. You think there's going to be a Giovanni in the city and I don't know who they are?
I suppose not. It's your job to know.
Exactly.
She just smiles.
I'm aware she's here.
Yeah. Well, I came directly to thank you guys. I have to do the same for the others. But
Mm-hmm.
you get you probably doesn't even have to roll a perception empathy. She's waiting for it. She's not stupid.
He can see her, expressions and stuff. Hey, you're wondering what you owe me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
Part of me, and technically I know some of my other clanmates think I should make you owe a life boon. But after thinking about things some, and realizing that really I had a not so vital role, but enough of a role to make it worthwhile, so we'll just call it a major boon.
Fair.
Hi, viewer, whoever's watching. Creepy stalkers.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah. So she's a black door. A wolf.
So how did you guys? You guys just figured it out based on their knowledge.
Okay, so
Vera used thaumaturgy to determine where you were at, or at least the path you guys traveled. We used that to get to Turkey, and once at Turkey, we had a general idea where we figured he might take you. Thankfully, we were told that he was a Cappadocian. Only gave us a few options in Turkey. Well, a few options for a Cappadocian as old as he is. We narrowed it down that way, and then basically just did a quick search and just happened to luck out in the first round.
Yeah, but what about him?
After talking with my clanmates and some of the higher-ups, they have determined that even though we deem him a threat, we will more keep an eye on him for now. They figured it would honestly probably just be a massacre if we sent any troops in.
and he looks around.
Augustus is talking to some of his other more influential and powerful contacts to see if maybe we can get a joint task force going. Make no mistake, if he comes out of that hole, we're going to know about it. We have people watching it constantly. And if he makes another move, we'll be as ready as we can for him.
It's a pretty ballsy move, blatantly coming to Joshua's door.
Yeah, we're kind of curious how he knew that.
Fuck that. There's gotta be some
Wow.
essential part of something.
I mean, that takes a lot. I mean, we figured he'd be coming to us. Because we're all probably under the same assumption. I mean, nobody, well, you're the only one who can confirm it. But we believe that was Terry's sire. Since you're the only one who actually saw him and knows who it is, you'd be the one to tell us.
I had never met Terry's sire, but Terry had frequently made mention that if it weren't for him, he would have offed himself.
Interesting. Well, we're kind of curious. Jeez, 03's never good. We're kind of curious why he targeted you. I mean, other than the fact that you had a connection to Terry. I mean, you would think he'd go after us, considering we're the ones who destroyed him.
Well, I knew about him in the first place to tell you about him.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
And I did.
I mean, we're even researching as far back as we can. I mean, as you know, there was a great purge after the cleansing.
Yes.
So many records were destroyed. There are a few people who still have some actual records that probably verify. Unfortunately, for information like that, it's costly.
Well,
So he's just kind of
like I said, the only thing I can think of for him to have even targeted me is that bit. Just that bit.
I mean, for him to know about you, the only thing we can figure is that Terry has had some kind of contact with you.
I doubt that. But I don't know.
I mean, right now, unfortunately, it's a lot of speculation. We're not sure who he is. We went there under the assumption that it was probably Terry's sire, and if it was, then it's a fourth gen. He could very well not be. I mean, he could be someone, another Cappadocian, doing the work, doing work for some other reason. Until we know who that Cappadocian is, there's going to be a lot of questions that will be unanswered.
He didn't really say all that much as to why to me either. Is it going quietly? She's sitting there like pondering if there's anything like besides Terry that she can think of, and well, the only reason I knew about Terry is because Lucian was blackmailing him.
traffic lights.
Only I actually did what Lucian was threatening to do.
It doesn't have to mean you be able to do that. Well, like I said, we have people currently researching, trying to figure it out. Other than that, we're still trying to dig up information on this military outfit.
Sorry, still trying to get information on what? I had to walk away long enough to grab a soda.
The military outfit that's running around.
Oh, that reminds me. I have somebody looking into that. Well, I should talk to them about that, actually. If I hear anything interesting, I'll tell you.
Well, I'm
I
sure
know
you
you're-
have other things you need to get done. I definitely have family business I need to attend to.
Oh, I figured as much. You're a busy man.
Yeah. Not like in the movies where Don just gets to sit back and do nothing.
No, you're a busy bee.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you to your work.
All right, Gio. Well, it was good seeing you. Glad to see you're up and moving again. I can
Thank
tell
you.
things are getting a little better for you than when we found you. He just looks at you.
Yes, much better. She's kind of waiting for it.
Yeah, that's all he says about it.
I'll be back to myself again in no time. That's all she says.
I'm sure you will.
Well, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
She'll give him a nod and leave.
Okay.
All right. Next, she's been gone for. We guessed what they've been gone. They were gone for 3 days.
At least, yeah.
At least 3 days. So, she has other things to do too. She needs to try to listen for more gossip too. But she's gonna go see Audrey first.
Okay.
So she's not calling because Audrey is at her place. She doesn't have to call.
Nope.
She doesn't have to be polite about it. And I guess I could have did that before I left the house, but I like to make things difficult.
Yeah, why not?
Make it fun.
All right, yeah, you get back to the house. You go to Audrey's room.
I will knock on the door of the room, but
Come on in. You're busy typing away, as usual.
busy as always. I say as I answer the door, push the door open.
Remember how I described her room in that dilapidated house?
Yeah,
That's how she set this room up in this building.
the exact same way.
It's almost exactly, yeah.
Well,
And she's
I
got
see a lot has changed.
the multiple screens with all the various information.
Right. Well, how are you?
Good. I've been doing more and more research on that previous assignment you had me work on. And guess what?
What?
Y'all are gonna owe me some money.
How much money?
Let's see. Each and every one of those members that was in that attack, estimated got around 4 million. She smiles.
Jesus.
Turns one of the monitors. You see list of names.
This is the list of names of all the people that they were going to take?
No,
Or
this
have
is a list of the
taken.
names of the people who are doing the taking.
Oh.
Once I determined who a couple of them were, and believe me, that was not easy work. She turned the screen back around. It took a lot. I had to analyze some of the frames, some of the shots frame by frame. Did it ever take a lot? I did manage to luckily find something that gave me a bit of a clue, and then I worked from there and then tried to piece it together using various tools of the trade that a lot of the government agencies like to use that they don't tell anybody about. Like the whole how long was the shadow, even at nighttime, you know, gives general height, weight, so on and so forth. Yeah, one of the guys was Everett. What was his name? She's looking again. Everett Mickelson. Apparently, he's a top mercenary in one of the.
You say Nicholson?
Mickelson. Mickelson. Everett. Eberitt.
Okay.
He is a top mercenary and one of the most dangerous guns for hire. Once I figured him out, it was easier to be able to piece together who some of the others probably were. Just going on a guesstimate because he's the only one that I got confirmed information on that it was him. The others, I went through some old records, known associates kind of thing, hacked into the DOD, did some digging, hacked into Interpol, and did some more digging. Yeah, Everett has a file that would probably make Christoph blush. He's been tied to more events than is physically possible for a 36-year-old.
Oh.
I'll leave it at that. And to help verify, he's Assamite anti-tribute. I went through the librarian for that one.
So this guy is an Assamite.
Of sorts, although the clan would never admit to him because he isn't. But yes, he was a trained Assamite. He got their training after he was created, and then apparently one issue or another happened. I don't know why anybody would want to leave that clan, but he decided he was better off on his own, and then got even more training. Here's a fun one with some of the more recent known individuals. I got a hold of them and got even more information. He's a very dangerous man. I'll leave it at he could have taken Christoph himself. He's been trained beyond what Christoph has for training.
I guess that gives me more of a reason to go talk to Christoph's clan.
Unfortunately, the person who paid him, Dead End Shell Company, doesn't exist anymore. It literally ceased to exist after this contract, which leads me to believe that these guys are really well informed. But like I said, I managed to piece together this list is probably those involved in it, but I cannot confirm they are. Everett is the only one I can actually confirm, and that's because he has a very unique tattoo in an odd spot that I just happened to get when he was either foolish enough or didn't realize the light was hitting him just right.
Tattoo is of?
Yes, my anti-tribute symbol. More specifically, the warrior branch.
It's the same thing as Christoph, but not Christoph's not anti. Got it.
Yeah. The house that I noticed you never brought to my attention when you guys found out. But I did, however, watch you guys on security camera. That was fun. Until somebody messed with it and shut it off for a bit.
What?
For an ST reminder, is when you guys went to go investigate the house where Kristoff was taken from. Roderick got involved and interfered with the camera, so that way no one was seeing anything.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, that house that you guys were really curious at looking at. Yeah, I did some more digging. Guess what? Same shell company owns that house. Well, owned that house, I should say. It is now under another company that is another shell company, but I can't get who they're a shell company for. I just know by the information I've gotten from this company, they don't exist. It's purely a name company. That's it.
Well, they have to have something listed, even if they're
tax records and everything that are standard. I mean,
standard address, everything. Basic address.
The address I've already checked is technically, obviously, no one did full research. Would be in the middle of Chesapeake Bay.
Oh,
they're good.
Idiots.
I gotta give them credit. These guys are really good. Whoever's pulling the strings and paying the money, they got a lot of money to spend. So I started narrowing down the list of what kind of people, both World of Darkness and otherwise, who have access to the kind of money that I've seen flown around through this shell company, the previous shell company, and a couple others that I think are tied in.
okay.
You can do process of elimination just on common sense and figure out some of the names that came up first.
Well, I can think of one.
Well, we reside in his house is one.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
naturally, I took him out of the equation, and
No, he wouldn't do that.
No, I don't want. I mean, I don't want to count anybody out just because we think we know him, but I'm going on a very good assumption that he wasn't the one responsible for taking Chris.
It's a very good assumption.
Yeah, one of those. It's a safe assumption. Another one, ironically, and I don't know how I managed to get his name because I know how well he stays out of the business. I got Juan's name, well, one of his many names. He actually has 456, last I counted.
Yes, he has many names.
But one of his many names came up under the list, which, of course, I immediately just laughed. I saw it, I knew the name, I was like, yeah, not going to happen. Well, it could. I mean, he is crazy enough, but I don't think it was.
No, I don't think.
A couple other people, Cash, obviously, due to his access to money and the various knowledges he has. Again, another one I counted out. I mean, there are a bunch that are known that I counted out straight off the get-go. I'm still going through the ones that, I mean, I've seen them in, Newsweek and, the New York Times kind of thing. But, other than that, I think a majority of them are straight mortals, but I can't be sure. I thought I found something rather interesting, though. How much do you know about the true Black Hand?
Well,
more specifically, how much do you know about their symbol?
You are okay. Is she literally talking about the hand tattoo that they all have?
Yes.
I don't know much about it, but I know that they have it.
Do you know what it is?
A black hand.
She turned the screen. See that? You see a picture of a black hand in some Joe Bob's company. Isn't that ironic? By the way, that company that you're looking at is the shell company that I lost track of.
I might have to sit and think on this. I'm going to have to sit and really think. I may know more on the black hand than I think I do.
If you want to roll it, it's intelligence, kindred lore roll. Difficulty involving the true black hand would be
well. Remember, I I have access to thoughts, to knowledges.
So I'll make it, because you have access to those, make it a 7.
Intelligence, kindred lore. Let's see. I
Yes.
think that's 8. Because I have analytical logic and ancient.
Well, if you have ancient lore would help even better, or ancient kindred.
Okay.
I think that would decrease the difficulty because that would mean you'd specify and stuff like that. True Black Hand was popular back in the Dark Ages.
Yep, and I have ancient, so.
Yeah,
And it
so
diff
that drops it down.
7.
That will drop it down is now a diff 5. So
Jesus, hey. I have 3 6 successes.
what you recall from the True Black Hand, and it's quite a bit of information, is there's the Black Hand, which the TBH, as the nickname is affectionately referred to by people who are in the know, mainly because it's easier to say. They let the Black Hand think they run things.
Yeah.
The difference between the two is that in the very center of the mark they have on their hand, the black hand that they have, there is there's a small runic symbol. I'll think of what it actually is later. But there's a small runic symbol that sets them apart from the true Black Hand has the one with the runic symbol. The fake ones just have the regular Black Hand. Size.
Fake ones.
Yeah, the fake ones, because there's a Black Hand and then there's the true Black Hand. The real rulers of the Sabbat.
Right, the true Black Hand.
Those who know that the true Black Hand are the rulers. They are also rumored to be some of the most powerful kindred within the Sabbat ranks. Believed to be some of the most powerful kindred within the kindred society alone. There are rumors that the true Black Hand, even though they run the Sabbat, they also run the Camarilla. No one knows if that's confirmed or not. Even Marcus and Lucian didn't know. Marcus, the more analytical of the two, suspected that the true Black Hand was actually behind everything involving the kindred. Anything and everything that involved the kindred they had their say. He could never confirm it because obviously it's hard to find one of their members. Because usually if you find one of their members, you go missing.
Yeah.
Some say it's probably some of the antediluvians who never actually died or never went into torpor and just stayed hidden and went behind the ranks. No one knows for sure who it is. Some believe the true leader of the true Black Hand is Cain himself. Rumors abound about who actually runs it. No one knows. When it comes to anything mystical in origin, it is believed the true Black Hand is responsible for the creation of the Illuminati. Not a big surprise. There's many other numerous secret societies that they believe that that people believe that the true Black Hand keeps an eye on and recruits within those ranks. They do recruit kindred, but more often they recruit believed to be more often they recruit mortals with the right mind frame. What that mind frame is, no one's real sure. They've infiltrated every aspect of society. Some say even their foot soldiers, because most believe that the true Black Hand has an army on standby. For what reason, no one's sure, but they're pretty sure there's an army on standby. Marcus truly believed that. He had no doubts. Because his way of thinking is, if I had that much control, if I wanted to make sure I kept it in case of radical world change, I would definitely have an army on backup. No matter how much power you have, you can't overwhelm the sheer numbers of humans.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
He truly believes even if Cain were to awaken or make himself known, that even he would have a hard time with the way technology has gone so far.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still in Cook right?
Many of Marcus's contacts were people he believed were possible recruits for the True Black Hand, or at least for the Black Hand. I mean, everybody knows that the Black Hand is, one of the big names in the Sabbat.
Oh, yes.
So he was trying to make contacts for that alone. And Marcus, at one point in time, believed he was being recruited by the Black Hand. He can't confirm or deny, but he can't confirm it, but he's pretty sure it was.
Right.
If it is the True Black Hand, you're never going to find it. You are never going to get it. They've been a secret this long, you're never going to find it.
Oh, John.
Because they're just rumored to exist. Most people think the True Black Hand and the Black Hand are the same thing. Marcus was one of the few Sabbat who believed otherwise.
It took Miles longer than everybody else to slip through the gauntlet.
But he was also one of the big ones who believed that no matter how powerful you are, there's always someone stronger than you. Someone is always pulling the strings.
It's a logical way of thinking.
He wanted to be one of those people, which is why he, did as much research.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to their extreme ability to blend in with kindred society, and their ability to remain, just myths and whispers amongst the kindred, leads him to believe that, he fully believed that he was never going to get any actual information. He's not even sure if any exists. He thinks that the True Black, he does believe that the True Black Hand exists. They're the only ones who have records.
From the bathroom.
At one point in time, he was trying to determine various locations by, the most powerful kindred and what kind of areas they own, and trying to determine who could possibly be a member, check it against a list he made of who he thought was members, and go from there. He was actually going to start researching various locations that kindred owned to try and see if maybe one of them has records that nobody knows about. He actually believed, here's the funny part, he believed Raznox is a member of the True Black Hand. With the amount of knowledge and information he has, and yet has never been touched, he thinks there's got to be more to it. Again, he couldn't confirm nor deny, and he couldn't find, other than Raznox's one location in the box, he had no idea what Raznox also owns. He's not stupid. He knows that Raznox probably owns several properties.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He could just never find them. Technically, his spot in the box isn't even his. He's leasing it from the box.
Well, wow, that's a lot of information, actually.
for the amount of successes, that's what you get.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see Audrey as she kind of you see her kind of looking at you like she's waiting for a response.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking.
I noticed.
Well.
I may have a possible location where they're being held, but I can't promise it. I want to narrow it down before I give you any more information, but I think I might know where our missing darkness members are.
The sooner we know, the sooner we can at least check. But I suppose we don't want to move just in case it isn't, and then they'll catch on.
That's why I want to look for more hard information before I go that far. I think I do, but I'm not going to give you that information until I've done more research to make sure. What I've shown you is the information I have had that's confirmed.
All right.
Believe me, this information was not easy to attain.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it was easy to obtain.
Whoever hired this, and I'm pretty sure it's probably a mercenary group, plus some, I believe there are probably some hunters with the way they moved. I've been doing some comparisons between some of the hunters that were are in the city right now, and some other hunters that have been videotaped, so on and so forth, well, recorded without their knowledge. Some of their movements seem to be the same. So I'm thinking some of the members were probably hunters, which makes sense. You want to hunt down specific people, you look for the right ones.
Right.
Those who have spent most of their lives doing it. But I can't say, again, that list of names other than Everett are all speculation.
Right. Well, I'll use that name to my advantage.
But most of them are known associates of Everett. Well, at least known according to the FBI, Interpol, MI5, MI6, yada, yada, yada. I mean, you get the list of the amount of people that,
right,
organizations that believe those are it. So, again, this isn't easy to come by, and believe me, I've had to go around some firewalls. I've gotten kicked out of a few sites. I was actually impressed with their security.
So he puts
Don't worry, more traced back to us, thankfully with David's assistance. Yeah.
Was it
They'll be chasing the signal to Pluto at this point.
Were you at least enjoying yourself?
Oh. David's connections? Oh. I didn't realize how, Jesus. I don't even think you realize what kind of electronic connections this guy has. I mean, literally, he's got satellites in places I didn't even know were in existence.
You know, that his many interests, this doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
many investments, many
he's definitely a
interests.
geek's dream, I'm telling you, because he is a bastion of information. You just got to get him, just got to ask him the right questions and know what you're asking. From what I could tell, he could tell if you're bullshit or not.
Yeah.
He practically grilled me before he gave me certain things to use. I had to sign promissory notices, non-disclosure agreements.
Well,
there are some things I know that I can't tell you.
He knows how to cover his ass.
Obviously, legal is also one of his good strong points. But yeah, so I'll keep researching and doing my best to uncover more information.
If you need anything, again.
There is something else I uncovered that I'm not sure how to take.
What?
You know how everybody's been looking for the Inquisitor and trying to figure out who he is or where he does his stuff?
It's actually.
I
Go
believe
ahead.
I have the actual location of where his meetings are.
Where?
The problem is that they're so random.
What do you mean?
He's only had 2 meetings so far,
Okay.
both in the same location.
And what location?
A little tattoo bar / parlor thing called the Techno Union. It's in the shadier part of town, one of them. It doesn't look like much, and it doesn't have a sign that says, "Hey, Techno Union here." It looks like a typical, from what I've seen, she pulls up footage, looks like a typical tattoo parlor. But
Okay.
you see all these individuals walking in, and you see her type in something, you see another video pop up, you see her zoom in on a face, you see Sammy.
And strangely enough, this big, hairy,
Thought that one might
Oh.
interest you.
Yes, that does interest me.
But other than having video of him walking into this place, there's nothing we have on him. I checked. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing that leads anyone to believe he's Savant.
I got it. I know who I can talk to about this too.
You can clear your dice, by the way.
Oh, I thought I did. Just what I get for thinking.
Again, I can't confirm. I did get a picture of all the other faces. A couple of low rent, kindred within the city. Not many from the Camarilla, thankfully. I was happy to see that. There are some that I didn't even know were kindred.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Some of these people, I don't think they reported in.
Gotcha.
So leads me to believe that they are actual Savant. If not, then there might be anarchs or caitiffs or whatever that nobody pays attention to.
Now, Rona would have made herself known, so I don't see why any of the other, whatever. Rona's Rona, she's not one.
I've also been listening in because, well, wiretaps are great things, especially when they don't know they're being tapped.
Oh, yes.
Especially since I saw that picture, and she's pointing to the one with Sammy. Turn to screen background. It's funny because Sammy's on the phone to a number I'm currently in the middle of tracing, and he mentions how when the Inquisitor was reading from the Book of Nod, not unheard of for Spot, but I do recall hearing someone mention that there's another individual within the city who carries the same book.
And gives it away. Can I, is this enough to put it together? Something together is not right. Not it, but something together is not right with this. They're connected in some way.
What's Enigma's role? Difficulty.
Vampires don't have enigmas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What's occult then? Since it's the closest one. What's occult? We'll say difficulty 8.
8. This is going to be a really funny question because while it sounds like it could apply from one aspect and not from another. Evasion, not on my aspect, but on somebody else's. It's kind of, that's why I was like, oh, that's a hit and a miss thing. I'm not evading anybody, but I understand evasion.
Technically, I think it's only supposed to come into effect for you.
Right, but I understand the art of.
Yeah,
That's why I was like,
since you understand evasion, I would say, yeah, you can use it as it will count.
well, if it's
It's a very
different,
thin line on that one.
Dude, that's so emo.
Oh, hey, guess what? Got a 9 and an 8.
Yeah, definitely something ain't right. You can't say for certain that you think, I wouldn't recommend running
but
around saying
something.
that Roderick is the Inquisitor, but it is funny that that coincidence happens to come up. I mean, yes, it's not unheard of for a Sabbat member to have the Book of Nod. Far from being, unheard of, especially an Inquisitor.
Right.
Or someone calling themselves the Inquisitor. If it was a powerful Sabbat kindred, which many are believing it is, then having the Book of Nod is not a surprise. But that means they're probably high ranking. It means they have some rank within the Sabbat ranks, which says a lot more than most people think. Contrary to what many kindred think, the Sabbat do have a rank structure.
Oh, I know.
Most don't think of that because most don't know about the Sabbat. You can play your dice now. But yeah, so it is odd that you happen to know of an Assamite within the city who's carrying the Book of Nod, and there just happens to be a guy around the same time that other problems start arising. And you know what? I'll give it to you. Around the same time that Broderick begins questioning the leadership role of a certain prince.
I look at records and shit happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the
It
time.
is odd that at the exact same time those things happen. It's not unheard of for a coincidence like that to happen, but generally when it's something like that, there's usually a reason. But again, it's all speculation and hearsay at this point.
It is. Well. Whew. I guess. Oh boy. She's like, as she's literally sitting there, like pondering this, and she's like, "Oh boy, I hope this isn't right. I hope this isn't right. I hope I'm not putting this together this way, and I hope I'm not right." But jeez, I'm still like pondering this. She's like, "Oh boy, well, let's see. Makes sense as to why he was asking me questions about leadership and."
It wasn't just asking you, Roderick.
Whether I wanted them or not. She doesn't know about Vera, though. She wasn't present for Vera. Knowing why he made mention to ask her why she must not have wanted it. She would have had it by now. He did make mention of that. Lots of things are just really weird. That one.
Yeah,
I think
a lot of things that make
no sense. No sense.
Oh, God.
Oh. I'll let you do your thing, Audrey. I'm gonna go for a little while. And at this point, this is when she's actually gonna go try to pick up on other rumors at the Vox. She is going to have a drink and ponder all the information she has just gained.
Okay.
Because now she knows that she pretty much has to go talk to the Assamites to try to get this together. Because I'm sure they'd like to know about where their missing people are too.
Audrey does send you a text message. By the way, one other thing I forgot to mention. The gangrel that was supposedly killed by Sabat, it doesn't make sense. The gangrel, I believe I called her Jade. I think the storyteller doesn't remember, but Gangrel X,
Right.
that was supposedly taken out by these Sabat members. She spent a majority of her unlife hunting Sabat, learning their tactics. Supposedly, they got the drop on her. From everything I understand about her, that's not an easy feat.
So either they didn't get they either actually got the drop on her and it wasn't an easy feat, or they didn't get the drop on her, she went into hiding, or they have her.
No, it was confirmed through her sire. She's dead.
She's dead. Okay, she is for certain dead.
She was destroyed. How she was destroyed is what's in question. Her sire is very adamant about saying that she could not have been killed the way the rumors are flying that she was.
Well, what are the rumors?
Apparently, she was out on patrol by herself, because that's how most gangrel usually hunt when they're looking for Sabat.
I'm familiar with.
And she somehow went down an alleyway, and after several of the gangrel have gone down that alleyway a couple of times, none of them are buying the story that she was taken by surprise.
That doesn't.
What the gangrel are saying is they believe the only way she could have been taken in this alleyway, especially since it's in such a shady part of town, is if she knew the person. Audrey goes on. Now, admittingly, we just found out we believe that Sammy is a member of this Sabat group that the Inquisitor is recruiting. If it was him, she would have known Sammy and would have, in a sense, let her defenses down. But mind you, this is right after the time where Monica sent a message saying that no one is to go anywhere alone. Now, again, the gangrel are the gangrel when they do things the way they do, but that's what makes them so scary, cool / dangerous.
Someone who's part of the Sabat isn't going to give a fuck what Monica says.
Yeah.
So,
Hunting down Sabat, the gangrel are not, won't think twice about it. If there's Sabat in the city, you know how the gangrel react to Sabat, unless the gangrel are Sabat. Now, I even went on the assumption maybe she was an actual Sabat member. If she was, then why are there rumors saying that the Sabat took her out? I mean, it would explain why she went out alone, sort of, even though that's quite...
Maybe she was, and maybe people, I mean, beliefs change. Who's to say maybe she was part of the Sabat? Maybe she decided that wasn't her thing. Maybe they didn't like it. There are many possibilities.
And that's the big problem. I mean, there's a lot of possible things that could have happened. That, I mean, yes, it is suspicious if she did get taken by Sabat, but you know, if she was, we'll just go under the assumption she was a loyal member of the Gangrel clan, not a Sabat member.
Correct.
If she was taken by the Sabat, like the rumors are saying, nobody believes that story. Nobody. Not even Duke himself believes that story.
Is there... Can I roll my... Oh, God. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to fool somebody into thinking, like, of that kind of bond. Is there a way to fool that kind of bond into thinking someone's dead where it's broken?
Usually, that would just usually be a blood bond.
Yeah, and I know. That's
Contrary
what
to
I'm
popular
saying.
belief, sires don't immediately know that their children are dead. unless they have a blood bond.
Well, yes, I know that. That's
So
why.
yeah, you would know the only way that could happen is if, I mean, there are rumors that there's a thaumaturgy ritual that can break the bond.
That's what I was looking for, because if
Yes.
that happened, of course he might think she's dead.
Yeah, there is a possibility, but it's only rumors that that ritual exists. No one's real positive. I mean, there are a lot of rumors of exactly how the Astamite broke with their curse, so to speak.
Oh yeah, the one that Tremere put on him, where they can't drink kindred blood.
Yep. I mean, but there's history to say how that happened. But
Right.
and there's a lot of rumors, that definitely, and there have been rumors that people have been able to break their blood bond, but most of the way those blood bonds were broken were just pure,
Time.
staying away from their sire. Yeah, pure time factors. Or
Yeah,
their
I
sire
was
dying.
obviously looking for factors besides time and death. Yeah.
Yes, there is a possibility it could have been removed by thaumaturgy ritual. Since it is blood magic, and the blood bond is, exactly what it says. It's a blood bond. I mean, yeah, you could put two and two together and assume that there's got to be there's got to be someone who's studying thaumaturgy who found a way to break it.
Right.
Especially with as long as the Tremere been around, and the Tremere were mages long before they were vampires.
Kindred, right. Yeah. I'll look into the. Oh. Yeah. She'll have to look into that. But she's keeping that one. I'm actively taking notes so Holly doesn't forget, because that's a lot of information to take in.
Good, because I'll forget. I can tell you right now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's sitting in the. She's made it to the box, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, she makes it a lot.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have. She's gonna go in and get a drink, and she's just kind of listening for rumors, seeing who's here, etc. If there's anyone she might actually want to talk to here.
Nah, standard usual makeup. Due to the strict security, that the box has, and the decree Monica made about no kindred, that the clan should stick together. You're not seeing a lot of activity not a lot of usual kindred activity.
I'm not too worried about it, because it's not like I'm alone. I'm pretty sure I still have security detail.
Oh yeah.
Quote unquote, you're not going anywhere by yourself.
Oh yeah, and he was very positive about that. Yeah, you are. Security detail did go in with you. They had to give up their weapons, but in the box, it's an easy.
Right. I'm actually gonna check this guy with my Auspex too, because I was meaning to do that after I left the Giovanni thing, and then got Giovanni place and got ADD.
Okay.
Perception, empathy. 7 and 8. Got 1 success. It's the aura reading.
Yeah, I believe it's just with 1 success, you basically just get a generic feel for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can distinguish only the shade, pale or bright. A lot of normal auras, aka humans, because there actually isn't one for humans. So, a lot of typical colors. You see a good, probably about half the people in this room have a bright aura, though.
Shifters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, oh boy. That kind of sits a little uneasy at this point.
Even
But
more ironic as you look at a couple of the guards that are near you. Out of the 6 that are currently around you in one way, shape, or form, 2 of them have the bright aura.
oh, all of them came in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, 5 came in. 1 stayed with the car.
Yeah, me and my posse.
I mean, they're giving you your space. They all came in like they were normal people. They actually let you go through the VIP line and went through the normal line, which the game girl saw it allowed in.
Right, which the game girl saw and allowed in. Nice.
They're like, oh, yeah, we know who they are.
Right. That's right. I forgot about that. No. Bit. Yeah, well, she's still getting her drink because she's like, holy balls, that was a lot of information. And with what I'm about to do, this might be my last drink.
By the way, the 2 of your guards that are were creatures are the furthest away from you. It almost seems as if they position themselves purposely to, well, now that you know they're werebeasts, probably to get better sense.
Right.
They are being typical security guards, and the typical security looking around suspiciously at everyone. Anyone who gets near you, they're watching.
Space to maneuver if they need to, too, for any sudden reason. And shift.
Now that you can see that 2 of them are, you happen to notice, since you just happen to be looking at one while you're getting your drink, you see as he looks over to one of the tables that also has a bright aura, he just kind of slightly nods, and it's ever so slight. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't have noticed.
Right. I'm at the table that they're looking at. I mean, I'm not going to be looking at the auras anymore, but like, is there anybody that just looks off? Is that
no? They actually look like they fit in here. Smart.
Right? I'm just like,
like actually, now that you're not looking at these, looking at the auras, as you look around the room, yeah, you remember which ones were brightly colored. All of them look like they fit in.
Okay.
You don't think these are problems because they don't look like it.
Right.
Talking and whispering to each other, they're just having a good time, chit-chatting with humans, stuff like that.
You know what?
Right.
I should
But
go.
definitely, if shit goes down, it's going to get real interesting on this floor.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing, I'm not seeing any pale auras, am I?
Some from the security staff.
Other than security, yeah.
Almost none. There's actually, there are none within the patrons.
Oh, cute. So I'm sure that, I just kind of look around. Am I getting any weird looks from anyone? I know that the Vox security isn't giving me any weird looks.
Nope.
No, good.
No, they know who you came in with. They saw your security detail. They're not stupid. They can pick up on who's security, who's here for fun, and who's here for business.
They're gonna give me away. I don't have anything I can listen to anyway. I'm just gonna drink my drink. These guys are really, really inhibiting my ability to gain information. Just kidding. It's not just their fault. Can't blame them that there's only humans and shifters in the bar. Though the humans could talk feasibly, I guess. I've been gone. I'm still listening. Who knows? Maybe something fun will catch my ear while I'm drinking my drink. Because I'm here and not leaving.
Only because you talked to Audrey before you went to the Vox. You actually hear a couple of the people talking about a new little bar they found called the Techno Union. They say it seems to cater more to the, the ones who like to get thousands of tattoos and piercings.
Head hurt. I need to go for a walk.
But they said it's also kind of like a bar set. It's an odd setup.
Here. Not. And he just kind of starts climbing down the ladder.
So it sounds like, because that's a stereotypical description of, I can think of a few different clans, but the most stereotypical as far as that would be is Baruha.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy, okay. Can I step outside for a sec?
Yeah.
Have a quick smoke. And then oh god, and then the fun part. Right, I'll be right back.
Taking your meds.
I haven't took them for 3 days since I haven't had my one med.
Doesn't mean you can't take the others. I'll get your other meds tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't cost any money.
At most, it might cost $1.
I got $1 on me, so that's what I do. But yeah, it doesn't mean you shouldn't take your other meds. Just because you don't have one doesn't mean you don't take the other. I mean, I know they make you sleepy. I'm not saying to take them to make you sleepy. I'm just saying. I honestly did not expect this to take this long. I figured this would have been a little quicker, but she wanted to do more than I thought, so it's of course becoming
Boop boop.
I'm back, by the way. I'm here. I'm just talking to Christina.
Sweet.
Hmm?
Said, oh, sweet.
Oh man, I'll cut you so bad, you'd be like, damn, I wish we ain't cut me so bad.
Yeah, so now I have to talk to Asmite. I may talk to multiple.
Oh, guys,
I just have to figure out which. There's an influx of them now.
Influx of all the.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk to the ones that I want to talk to one of the ones that was in the city before Roderick got here.
Okay. Got to look. I believe.
You know.
Well, obviously, you can't talk to Cole or Kristoff.
Right.
Raven is the only one left.
Then I go talk to Raven.
Raven is basically like the Asmite version of Audrey.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll talk to Raven. I'll have to find Raven and talk to her then.
Well, you do know they have, I think it's called Hawk's Nest, within the city. Kristoff has told you where it is. He just said that it's wise not to go to it. You would have the contact, you would have the contact information for the Asmites within the city. He just said it's good not to go to it because Asmites are very picky about their, areas.
Right. Well, I might kind of be. We kind of forgot the fact that I still don't have my phone. I have to get that from Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
Say what?
So, yeah. we're not in much of a choice. I'm not even. Yeah. I really don't have much of a choice if I'm going to find her.
At least not go to Africa.
I'll be very careful.
I mean, he didn't
But
say you
hey,
couldn't,
at least
he just said be cautious. I mean, because
definitely. At least I'm bringing information regarding one of their clanmates. At least I have that going for me.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Kristoff did give you a general description of the other Asmites that were there. I mean, you already knew about Cole, but there was Raven and there was one other who is now dead. But Raven, he did say, don't assume because you see her sitting behind a computer, she is not as dangerous as an Asmite is. She still was trained as an Asmite.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind.
The oven's still. You just want you down?
1 second. All right. So yeah, like you said, I'm gonna go there and be cautious about this. I'm gonna even make it very blatant that I'm there, so that way I'm not like, that way they don't think I'm trying to pull like something like, hey, I'm here. Not being sneaky about it.
One of them approaches you, you know, as you're like entering into the alleyway where the entrance to the place is. What are you doing here, Giovanna?
Looking for Raven.
Put it away, Johnny.
I would have called, but I'm without a phone at the moment.
Just kind of looks at you.
Not that overlay. Hey, this
Very well.
is
Watch your step.
She nods.
He moves out of the way.
And she'll just kind of stop and look back, and she's like, thank you.
As you look back, he's not there, but you have a feeling he probably at least acknowledged.
He is there, but he's not there.
Yeah.
He's obfuscated himself.
Yeah.
She shrugs when he's not there because she's certain that he heard her thank him anyway. And she'll
You did notice he
go
waited till you
in.
got far enough in where it would be almost impossible for you to get out before you got hit.
Right. Well, that, like I said, that's why she went in actively not being sneaky, because she didn't want them to think she was up to something. Then they had no reason to want to try to take her down.
Gotcha. But yeah, you have a feeling that probably at least two of them are within this alleyway.
Yep.
One near the front, where as you pass by you didn't notice anything, but one near the front, and then the one who met you.
Right. Well, it makes sense. This is their space.
Yep.
Their territory. So.
And if you, just in case you bothered to look, unless you want to roll perception alertness to try and see the cameras, you have a feeling you were probably on camera long before you walked through this alleyway.
Doesn't. I know better. I'm not. Hello. I'm.
Yeah, you don't exactly want to make them.
I'm only with one of their people.
Yeah.
So. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, common sense would tell you they probably have quite a bit of this area, alleyway, their front door, and probably a couple of the blocks around them under their personal surveillance.
Right. Yeah. I'm like I said, she went in. She's gonna go find
All right. As you get in, it looked like shit from the outside, and there's no markings or anything on it. To indicate that it's anything but just another shithole building in this area. But as you walk in, it's a whole different ballgame. It's like you've entered into, it's almost as if you can imagine this is probably what the Eagle's Nest looks like.
Okay.
It's nice, posh, In a sense, you are, yeah.
I am.
Yeah, of all the Lions dens, even the fucking club itself, this one is the most dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know there are far more Assmites in this city than there are every other clan.
Exactly.
I mean, not combined, but they have the most members right now.
Yeah.
which is scary enough for most people. Yeah. So as you walk in, there's nice, decorations and stuff. Like I said, I mean, it looks like you have a feeling this is probably close to, if not almost an exact replica of what the eagle's nest looks like.
Right.
Which means lush tapestries, rich, stuff like that.
Right.
So you see areas off to the side. Just further back, I mean, like you're in this huge room. It looks like their lounge area. Ironic as the first thing you see is the
That's
lounge.
Lounge.
You do see actual couple of them just relaxing, sitting, drinking, and what looks like eating. You're not sure. But you see further off, like back near back corner, you see like a cubicle of sorts. And you can hear, above the soft music, you can hear the furious typing.
The furious typing of Raven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will somebody tell me?
If you walk by, I mean, naturally, the Asmites just kind of watch you.
Doesn't have to be a
Even though they look relaxed, you're smart enough to know that it would take the blink of an eye for them to kill you.
No. Yes, I know. I'm going to be friendly. I'm just going to smile and nod.
I mean, they acknowledge you, but they are watching your
Right.
they are watching your every move. As you approach, you hear Raven go, "Come on, Gio, you're safe back here. Don't worry."
How are you, Raven? Busy here.
As always. Me and Audrey are currently in a competition for hacking things. So
Oh,
I told
Who's
her
winning?
you're here. I told her you're here to talk to us, so she's giving us a pause. Like I gave her a pause when she has to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. It's kind of even right now. She's actually really good. I think she's holding back, honestly. I mean, because she thinks I don't know what kind of contact she has sitting over that nice house of hers. Well, of his, I should say.
Giovanna just smirks.
So what's up? I mean, you didn't come here for nothing. And obviously you don't have information about Kristoff because you would have told the guys out front first.
No, I do.
Okay, well, we're listening. She just kind of looks behind you as the others are just kind of
Giovanna finds it kind of odd that she's having a information war with Audrey, and Audrey didn't say anything about this. So it's fine by me. Well,
Audrey might have figured you were going to be heading here since it involves Kristoff. Or maybe it just hasn't come up yet because they're too busy, hacking various systems.
Does
Takes a lot of concentration to hack.
Does the name Everett Mickelson mean anything to you?
You hear audible growls from everybody in the room. Even a couple of places you didn't think there were people. You heard growls come from.
She just kind of tenses up hearing the growls because she's like, shit.
Yeah, she just kind of looks at you. That's not a name you mentioned in this room.
Well,
We'll let you go this time, but don't mention it again.
Unfortunately,
just say
it's a name that okay, from now on I will, but I had to mention it the first time.
Or just use EM, even though those, from the looks I'm getting, isn't acceptable either. But
well, he seems to have something to do with this.
I thought something about that video looked a little familiar, but
yeah, Audrey was able to put that together.
I gotta give her credit.
She didn't tell you.
We haven't really had a chance to talk when we're both actively involved in the hacking. It takes most of our concentration. Because we're not hacking easy things, so we got to make sure we have back doors and stuff like that, and we're not being tracked, so on and so forth.
You guys know a lot more about it than I do.
Yeah, I know it all sounds Greek to you, but believe me, it takes a lot to.
I know Greek. It doesn't sound Greek to me.
She smiles. You know that.
I did. Unfortunately, I mean, there's not all that much more than that she's
You see her quickly
other than
typing.
Other than that she may have a potential location, but she's uncertain. She wants to be certain first. She won't even tell me.
You see her kind of look past you at someone else. They just nod. All right. You see her type something real quick. She actually gets up. She's a small little thing. She's about 4'8", 4'9", so about room this size.
Dynamite in a small package.
Yeah. She's kind of thin looking. I mean, she's not like deathly thin or anything like that.
Right.
She's small.
She's tiny.
She definitely has the dark skin of an Assamite. What you know of the Assamites is the older they get, the darker their skin gets.
Yep.
Her dark skin, the tone of her skin says she's much older than she looks.
Right.
And now you're starting to understand that you now know why Kristoff is so, very dark complected.
Yeah.
She's only a few shades lighter than he is.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a general idea. And the others that you saw, from what you can tell, well, at least in this lighting, they all look lighter than her.
Right.
So she's probably one of the oldest in here.
Mm-hmm.
And she still looked to someone else for permission. And you could tell that was a look of, can I? Because she looked right by you to someone. And if you turned and looked, you wouldn't have seen anybody. But
I wouldn't have seen anybody, right?
But you have a feeling she was just given permission. You see her walk over. She opens a drawer, pulls out, hey, look, old school, hard copies. A file folder that is probably about as thick as David's arms.
Giovanna's just like, holy shit.
She hands it to you. This is everything we have on him. Fuck!
Right? She just looks at that. She literally face palms because of the size of this thing. Oh, it's a good thing I read quickly.
You are allowed to take this out of the property, but I am warning you. There are only certain people who have access to that. And as soon as you take it out, I'm not going to lie to you, you're going to be followed. And your guards out front could do nothing about it. She just looks at you. They won't harm you unless you show that to the wrong person. I'll probably warn you ahead of time, maybe. She looks at you, kind of short.
They're more than welcome to come sit and watch me read it if they want to. I'm not going to stop them.
She looks past you again. You see someone kind of almost emerge from the shadows. He looks like one of your guards. Not one of the ones you actually know that are still standing out by the car.
Side, but one more inside.
Yeah. This looks like one of the guards that you've seen around the house. Whether or not it is actually him, I'm not sure.
Right.
It is a very good likeness, though.
Right. To where she's just like contemplating.
And Raven just smiles at you. You just see a big shit-eating grin on Raven's face.
Of course.
No, don't worry. The one who he's actually portraying is not dead. He was not one of the contracts. He looks over. As she looks over, she sends something to him. He takes a look at it. See him look at it briefly. You see his facial features change a bit.
To what?
Never dies. Same uniform.
No. Oh, he's just changing his face.
That Kurt guard was actually at the property. We didn't want to make too much of a confusion or make it too obvious. So I sent him a picture of someone who's not currently on the payroll at the house.
I see.
We don't have any within David's security.
It's Devil's Night.
Honestly, we would put somebody in there if he wanted, but he hasn't asked.
Oh, I said,
Yeah, well.
I gotta recap this.
Yeah, we're on a weird contractual basis within the city. Technically, our orders come from Roderick. Technically. So if he puts us on those, then technically we can go on this.
There was other things besides this that I was
Okay.
actually
She walks back
curious
over,
about.
sits back down at her desk. I'm listening.
You guys know that Sabat Inquisitor hasn't been picked up yet.
Honestly, not our job.
Well, no, that's not. I didn't say that it was your job.
Yes, but we are aware he hasn't been picked up.
I am actually curious if you guys know anything on it at all.
What do you mean?
I mean, I've got a little bit of information,
Okay.
like there's information stating that he has meetings at a little tattoo parlor bar.
Yeah, it's a mix. Yes, the Techno Union. Yes, we're aware about it. The problem is the Inquisitor is smart enough to stagger the meetings, and they don't meet like every week.
Makes sense.
I mean, he's smart about it. He knows that obviously, if they're meeting every week, even if it's different days during each week, smart enough to know that if we picked up on that at all, that we could just sit on it until another meeting took place.
Right.
He's only had 2 meetings so far. We have got information on some of the members or some of the people we believe went in there for the meeting. We can't confirm one way or the other. We didn't want to reveal ourselves yet. We are keeping a watch on him. No, it's not our job to deal with,
Oh, I gave you that.
or at least that location.
There's some guys. This is just really random. My friend said somebody just gave him a book of Nod, and then I have information stating the Inquisitor is apparently reading that, but
yes, from what we were able to ascertain from one of the ones we picked up to find out more information. Yes, the Book of Nod is being read at these meetings. But it's not unheard of. I mean, a lot of the older Sabbat tend to use that as their, lack of a better term, Bible.
Giovanna nods.
So, I mean, it's not really surprising. So, I mean, that gives us a general age range of how old this Inquisitor might be.
Right. Now, we did a raid on a Sabbat thing not that long ago, and somebody was walking through the crowd reading from the Book of Nod as well.
Yes, we're aware Roderick has one.
So you're aware that he's the one just passing it around?
We weren't aware of that, but yes, we were aware he had one.
No, Tron is like.
I have nothing against Roderick, but as slick as he thinks he is, he's not going to escape having a book like that and not expect the clan to know about it.
Hi, I'm Tron.
She looks to the others. What do you think they're here?
Yes, I will.
She didn't really want to have to say that, but
What's that?
she kind of, she's like, yeah.
Do we think he might be the Inquisitor? Doesn't make sense for what we know of him, but as a clan, we don't underestimate anything.
not the same.
Is it a possibility? Yes, but it's also a possibility Mana could be the Inquisitor. We do know of her savant affiliation.
That's why.
Thinks she can hide that from us. She's an idiot.
Well,
It could be many of the people within the city. Anybody who's smart enough. I mean, we've eliminated many of the especially the newer kindred, more specifically, but many of the kindred who were here before, many were eliminated due to the fact that, and well, you're not in this list, but there are many who don't officially qualify as intelligent enough to be able to pull something off like this off. Yes, your name did come up on the list of possibilities. Don't worry, you've already been cleared. Don't worry, you've been cleared.
Giovanna's actually laughing because it came up like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously, laugh. Like, oh.
You have all the necessary knowledge and know-how to be able to pull it off. Actually, as though you may look like, you're acting like it's, like we shouldn't have included you. You should consider it a compliment that we put you in the category of possibles. Not that I'd go around bragging about that, but
No.
But yes, there are you and a few others that have the capabilities to do it. Not just intelligence-wise, but more the unique skills that would be required to pull off this kind of hide-and-seek maneuvers.
Can I roll my perception empathy on that?
Sure.
I don't know. Something about that statement just set me as a player off.
Usually, if the player's gut is going crazy, there's usually a reason.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
From what you can tell, I mean, it's really hard to tell reading an Assamite, but from what you can tell, you have a feeling she probably knows more than she's letting on. That they probably have narrowed it down to maybe 2 suspects. I mean, that's just a guess. They've narrowed it down quite a bit, and that you're expecting that the individuals who made the top of that list are currently on a watch. Because Assamites have a total of 14 members within the city. Even assuming there are maybe 3 others within this room, you're only seeing, let's see, a total of 5 in this room, counting the 2 outside. That's 7. There's still 7 unaccounted.
Half of them, yeah.
Yeah, 7
and
unaccounted.
Roderick's around somewhere, so there's 6.
Make that so 6 still unaccounted for.
Right.
So.
Then, well, actually, there's 5 unaccounted for because Kristoff was technically here until he got kidnapped.
True. So yeah, I mean that's still more than enough to keep an eye.
And Cole. Oh boy.
And maybe that's what Cole was doing.
Yep. There's something else.
You know why we call them?
There was. I just can't remember what.
Anything else you need, Gio? I may not be able to give you any more information. I gave you quite a bit. More than we usually let most people know.
And I'm grateful for that.
Well,
seems like
due to your affiliation is the only reason you got this.
She nods.
She's typing something as she's looking at you. I mean, obviously, she occasionally moves her eyes towards the screen, but more often than not, she's staring at you and typing.
Right.
I, as a player, can't even do that, so that's pretty funny. I've seen my mom, who's worked around a computer and has worked around computers for a long time, still not be able to look away from for very long. But Raven has spent more time looking at you than typing on the
No.
than looking at the screen while she's typing. So
Yeah, I thought I had something else, but I think that was it. I can't think of it any further, so it must not have been that important.
obviously not. I'm sure you'll think of it later. We'll go
Right.
offline. I'll post it. And you'll be like, God damn it! That's what
Right.
it was.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was.
I do have another mission. I'm guessing that if these people are who Audrey thinks they are kidnapping people, I was gonna go on a mission to see if the Sabbat in the city lost numbers too, but just to try to piece some things together. But if she's seeing that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure they've lost anybody, but I don't know where
Raven
they
looks
are.
at you. You notice she's kind of looking at you curiously. Let me guess. You're wondering if the other side took losses too?
Mm-hmm.
They did. She
They
just
did.
smiles.
All right. Thank you.
And yes,
That saves me a
Audrey
trip.
is now informing me of what she believes could be behind all this. And if she's very correct, make things very interesting. But also means you'll never find the ones responsible. However, you could get the people back.
That's more what we're looking for at this point.
Yeah, well, we are too.
We're all on the same page.
Kristoff is well respected within the clan as a whole.
Giovanna just she smiles and nods because she obviously respects him too.
She looks at you.
And
I will give you this little piece of information about Kristoff. He's looked very favored upon by the leader. Some say the possibility of him becoming
Yes, that is
the
nice.
leader
That is nice.
eventually
What the hell is this guy's problem?
is more likely than anything.
He's pointing to Rainbow. As he had
Yeah,
said.
well,
So you can imagine how much we want him.
That is nice. We know. Because Rainbow has sat there, and I've been counting.
Well,
Nobody was listening, but
we're all trying to
he sat there,
facilitate just
and I
that.
said, 7 times in a fucking row.
Well,
He's like, yes,
he's your goal
it's
and
nice. We get it.
mine. I'm sure other people have their own priorities as far as that goes. But if I find out anything else, I'll tell you, though you may have the information before I do. We'll
She
see.
smiles. Makes you think I didn't already have the information and just wanted to see how much you'd tell me. She just smiles at you.
Touche. I have a few. Well, I'll let you and Audrey get back to your duel here. And she lifts up the file. I have a lot of work to do.
And a lot of reading. Yeah.
Yeah. And she literally like
Oh,
holds
just
it up.
FYI, there are some things that are blacked out for a very specific reason. Please don't try and find out what's in the blacked out areas.
Okay.
Just ignore those. There are certain clan secrets we don't want getting out.
I understand.
And by the way, we do know he's been training. And she looks at you.
That's what I was looking for with the perception empathy check. Oh, don't worry, I keep it to myself.
We know. You would know if we thought you did. But like I said, because of who you are and your affiliation, and the fact that his status within the clan is so
I swear.
There we go, my
respected.
I swear to God, everything.
Will, just for the record, my computer cut out like through all of that, and I just got back.
Awesome. That's great. She said, just know that because of your affiliation, the fact that he is well respected within the clan, you would probably be one of the few, if any, people who would get a warning if you crossed the line with the training. Everybody else wouldn't be so nice. Well, wouldn't have gotten such a warning like that.
I will remember that. But you guys shouldn't have anything to worry about regarding me.
If we ever feel your problem, believe me, you'll know. We'll let you know.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I got more than two.
All right, do you leave?
Yes.
Okay, where do you go?
Well, I have this folder that I have to read.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it in a timely fashion so I can at least give it back to them so they're not, like, breathing down my neck. Because I know they are.
Oh yeah, you see that one security guard, I use those quotations, in the house with you.
She very blatantly, she's like, as she opens the folder, she's like, she's like glances down at the chair. She's like, I said you could sit right next to me.
Yeah, he doesn't. He chooses to sit elsewhere, but he does have a view on you the whole time.
She's pretty much indicating, go ahead, sit here, watch me. The only thing I'm going to do is read. And not leave this spot. It's going to be real fun for you.
Hey, who knows what else they do? Maybe this is a bit more fun than normal.
Right? Well, at least the scenery's better.
Did you have anything else planned for her tonight? Or was that pretty much all of it?
That is all of it, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, then. We'll leave it at your reading.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more.